guys, what's going on? This is Robert. Today I have a video lesson for you. Back in the guitar room. What? And it's on outlining chords, or chord progressions even, using arpeggios. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 major chords. So there's going to be 2 parts to this one. First one we're going to outline them using tapping arpeggios. And not the big like 6-string arpeggios that you might be thinking of, just simple single-string ones. And then the second one we're going to use your normal 3-string arpeggios, just to kind of give you a different sound to the outlining. So we're going to take 3 major chords here in this first one. We're going to do an A major chord, a D major, and a G major. Okay. Real common chord progression, depending on what scale you're using it out of and stuff like that. But those chords, they sound really good together. So what we're going to do is we're going to play an arpeggio, a tapped arpeggio, outlining these chords. So the easiest way to do it is to know the notes that make up a chord. So you can sit there and figure it out if you want. Figure out which each one is. But in a chord, usually there's only 3 notes in a major chord. So if you know the 1st, 3rd, and 5th of a chord, and what I mean by that is if you take the A major scale. So this is pretty much an entire A major scale. Just that little bit. There's only 7 notes. So you take the 1st note, the 3rd, and then the 5th. So out of those, you have an A note, you have a C sharp, and you have an E. That's all there is to an A major chord. Although when you play it, usually you're playing 5 notes, depending on where you're playing it at on the guitar neck. But there's only 3 notes. They start repeating themselves. So if I was to play that A chord, I would need to find an A, C sharp, and an E somewhere on the guitar neck. So the easiest way, I'm just going to pretty much stick to the major part of the scale. There's an A note, there's a C sharp, now I need an E. So you know 12th fret is an E. So here is this nice little single string arpeggio outlining that chord. Do a little more volume. I mean, you can do whatever you want. This is just a something. Whatever tapping, you know, pattern you want. I'm just doing that simple one. So what I'm doing is I'm tapping 12th fret, pulling off to the 5th, hammering on to 9, tapping back to 12, pulling off to 9. So I go, and pulling off to 5 at the end. So. Okay, so that's outlining our A chord. And I'll record these chords at the end so you can hear the whole thing over top of them. But our next chord was a D major. Okay, so you need to find your D major scale. So we'll just start on the root note again up here, on the D. So you're going to go D, so we're looking for the 1st, 3rd, and 5th. So we're going to go D, F sharp, A. That's all there is to a D chord. There's a D, an F sharp, and an A. So now we have to find those notes. So what I'm going to do is on the B string, and this is where it really helps to know your notes on the guitar neck, is here's the D. Okay? And then here's an A. And let's find that F sharp. Bam, right there. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. I think I might have been playing an E note before, but it's the 3rd fret on the B is your D. Then you're going to tap 10 up here, and then hammering on to 7 on the G is going to be your F sharp. Now we're outlining that D chord. So listen to him and see if you can hear the chord changes as I play them. So let's do the first one again, if I can remember it. So to me, in my mind, I can hear A chord, then going to D, and finally we're going to finish with a G, and back back to A. So the final one is to find a G. So use the same pattern. It's going to work out every single time. First, third, and fifth. So here's your G major. And if you don't know these scales that I'm talking about, I would totally look them up and learn them. Very, very useful to know the major scale, because everything that you pretty much base stuff off of is usually based off the major scale. Not every single thing, but most stuff. So again, first, third, fifth. So G, A, D. So although you might play a G chord like this, there's only 3 notes. So we're going to find those somewhere, and this one's really easy because we just did the D major one, which was tapping 10th fret. I don't know if I explained this or not. Pulling off the 3rd, hammering on the 7, then you tap 10, pull off the 7, pull off the 3. Okay, so now to outline this G chord, actually all you do is move down a string. So if you move all your fingers down, here's your G note, here's an A, here's a D. Okay, so our whole thing is, let me see if I can play it with speed if I remember them all. The whole thing. So like I said, I'll record the chords here and play it over it so you can hear how these arpeggios sound over it, but it really works. It's a really cool thing to add to it versus just kind of like guessing. So that is part 1, and hopefully this sounds pretty cool to you. It's a nice little technique to know, and it really comes in handy, like I said, to know your notes. And as far as playing arpeggios go, pretty much anything, as long as you're picking out notes, that is technically called arpeggiating a note. So I think the definition is notes of a chord played separately. So you can take an A chord, you can simply outline it.